Wednesday nights, the world fades away into a realm of heroes, villains, and play. The city's alive in black and white, a world where anything can be right. With every splash of color, every line drawn, my heart skips a beat in this calmy town. Heroes rise, villains fall. In this world I'm never alone at all. Every Wednesday I dive into dreams. With every page turn my soul gleams. Ink and paper, my faithful friends. Comic heroes, my everyday friends. Every Wednesday I dive into dreams. With every page turn my soul gleams. Ink and paper, my faithful friends. Comic heroes, my everyday friends.
What up, people? Cobra Dad. Back up in this bitch. And yes, it's Wednesday, that day, time for the weekly habit. You know what it is, you know what it be, you know what it is. Yeah, boy. So tonight, let's just talk about what's going on. I will no longer be joined by Toy Art Unlimited as my co-host. It's all good. It's all love. Things just ain't on the same page, and it's not no hate. It's just what it is. And shout out to Toy Art Unlimited for rocking with me since September, helping me get this bitch off the ground. One love, homie. And, we'll talk soon, bro. But in the meantime, I do have a guest tonight who actually was on the first episode of the Weekly Habit Unlimited. Let's bring this motherfucker on.
What up? What up?
Yeah, boy.
Toy fan.
What's up, my man? How you doing? Thanks for joining me tonight.
Good. Thanks for having me back, brother. We're like minus 2 people since I was first on. But you can call me tonight. You could call me Tony Toy Art Limited.
Tony, like I was, huh?
Yeah, bro.
I did that hella times.
I know.
Let's bless the chat with a Ripski.
Hey, man. So how you doing, brother? How you feeling?
A lot better. As you could tell, my voice is coming back. I'm not coughing so much. As a matter of fact, after I take that smoke into my lungs.
Yeah, pneumonia and then have a hit and then another hit.
Hit that
Yeah, pneumonia's no joke, brother. Pneumonia's no joke.
Nah, it'll drop a grown man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my that's where my father passed from. Yes, sir. Collectible fun.
What's up, Matt?
We got some Latin Legion members in the house, along with. Look at this handsome motherfucker. Look at the glasses with motherfucker got the shaded glasses indoors. Indoors, bro.
That's the stick. I gotta stick the stick, gotta keep going with the stick.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Make it work, brother. Do what you gotta do. All right, so the weekly habit will be continuing on. Shout out Toy Art, like I said.
Amen,
and next week I have a new co-host. I'm gonna make it a surprise. I won't reveal it yet. But this person actually was supposed to be my original co-host 4 years ago, and now they've decided to step up.
All right, so they were property vetted.
Yeah. They had to go to 4 years of the weekly habit college. It's a Cobra hating degree to be
there you
good.
Go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
With honors and shit.
You can't rock with us unless you know how to hate on Cobra, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, nice.
Salud, brother.
Salud. I got water, so it's 10 p.m., so I don't know if I should be drinking before bedtime.
All good. All right, so here we go.
What's up?
Now? My man Toy Art in the house. Thanks for joining.
Matt, you like my homage to you?
All right, so let's jump right into our first fucking feature of the night.
All right, what we
Today
got?
I saw the trailer for the new Daredevil. Let's check it out. See what it's all about.
Oh, this is gonna be my first scene. Let's see.
Thank you for finding the time. I will admit, it's not entirely unpleasant seeing you again.
Ah.
That's what I was gonna tell you, Cobra.
A lot of time has passed. By the look of it, you've come up in the world.
I could say the same about you.
The mayor serves his city. I can see you're not entirely convinced.
Can you blame me?
Right.
I can't shake the feeling that you're gaming the system.
Why did you stop being a vigilante?
The line was crossed.
It's hard to come to terms with a violent nature. Hating the power it has over us.
This city can't go unchecked.
Sometimes peace needs to be broken. And chaos must reign.
Oh shit.
Mind putting the hatchet down? I was raised to believe in grace. But I was also raised to believe in retribution.
Yeah. Oh, Yellow Man.
Fuck yeah, man. Born again.
I'll take it.
You know, though, I'm kind of let down. I really do miss Foggy. You miss Foggy?
I think he's in this.
You kidding me? Really?
Yeah, they brought him back, I think.
Oh, all right. So okay, there it is. It came to fruition. But I gotta admit, other than Jedi Jack, man, Charlie Cox makes one of the best Daredevils out there.
Jedi Jack. He would make a good Daredevil,
That's what
wouldn't he?
Oh, you didn't know? That's what he cosplays as. He cosplays as the Daredevil.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's good. Real good. Kingpin, yep, man. Oh, man.
Man, I'm looking forward to it. Like, I got to be honest, I kind of fell off. I watched season 1 and 2. I think there was a third season on Netflix. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And I know I watched The Defenders.
That was the garbage. That was the garbage show. That was a letdown.
Oh, you didn't like Defenders? I really dug it.
They could have done a lot more. They could have done a lot more with that whole cast, man. That was the ultimate cast for them.
Those were good actors for that. So
Yeah.
what would you want it more? What would you have to like to see?
A better storyline. It's like that storyline and that whole Defenders season it doesn't even register anymore. It's been so out of my mind. Now that you brought it up, now that it's like Defenders, oh yeah, Luke Cage. You have Luke Cage. You have Daredevil, Jessica Jones, the whole crew, everybody.
Iron Fist, yeah.
Yeah. Iron Fist was people hated on Iron Fist, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But getting all those people together and not having a show that would be renewed for a second season, you know, even that alone. But the ultimate guy, man, like Vincent D'Onofrio returning back as Kingpin. Money,
so good,
money. Yeah,
yeah. I didn't watch Jessica Jones.
It was all right.
I watched Iron Fist and some of what's the black guy?
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. I watched some of his.
That first season was good.
And then when they came out with Defenders and brought it all together, I was like, it clicked because I was like, oh yeah, there was a team called the Defenders, and I think it was those guys, and then it all tied in that they were all fighting the Hand, and they come together like butt cheeks, and then you know that shit was pretty fire, bro.
Yeah, I felt. They had the Hand that was good, but I thought that I don't know. It didn't have enough for me. It could have done a lot more, especially with all those pristine actors, which they all did a lot better on their own individual shows than culminating as one big ultimate group of superheroes.
All right, so I got another little clip for us. If you listen to Hoodcast AF every week on Patreon or wherever,
I am a Patreon member. Got to shout that out.
Wherever podcasts are available. We are the Bad Boys of Action Figure Podcast. And we had a discussion recently about theories and opinions of the state of our reality. And a great listener of ours, Mr. Diggs Figs, I'll call him by his real name instead of Diggs Fix like I usually call him.
Diggs Figs, that's his born name?
Yeah, that's his new name. So he came up with this clip, and I appreciated it.
All right.
Eyes.
You feel me? Space ain't real, dog.
Mind
you
blown.
know,
Mind blown.
I'm a weirdo because, like, one year I'll be a flat earther, and then the next year I'll be like, oh, that was retarded. The Earth is round. Well, one year I'm like, dude, God is real. God created Earth. And then another year I'm like, there's no such thing as a fucking imaginary dude. So one of these days I'm gonna get with something and like stick to it. But right now, I believe there is no space, that we live in a dome and there is a firmament.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay.
And heaven is above us. That's it. Just earth and heaven. That's it. There's no fucking Mars.
So there's no yin and yang to your heaven, brother? There's no hell? There's no evil?
Well, hell,
or evil is in the dome. Or the evil exists in the dome.
No, evil's here. Where hell is where Satan rules, and God wouldn't give him his own like realm, like equal to heaven. Like, here's heaven, here's hell. He cast him down to earth, and Anyway, this is a comic book.
Well, heaven is the ultimate realm of God. Let's say, if you believe in. But definitely. As Lucifer is the fallen angel that was sent to hell, and then that was where his minions
here. All right, so.
But what? Real quick, you said you were a flat earther at one point.
Right now, I'm not flat earth. Look, I don't think the Earth is flat because I just don't. All right, hold on one sec. We got our. What's up, my man?
Bro, yeah, I'm ready now.
You sent me the email?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna send you the link and get you on. All right, peace. All right.
I don't think I could ever be convinced to be a flat earther because of satellite video and stuff like that, and I'll never be able to be convinced to be a flat chester either.
You
gotta have something. No, none of that. You gotta have some meat on your body, baby.
Yeah. Oh shit! Give me a sec.
All right.
Let me get our other host on here tonight. I gotta actually do some typing again with my one finger typing abilities.
What's up, KJ?
Okay, what up,
KJ in person at Legions Con 2024.
Stand up. And how did that work for you?
He's a lot nicer in person than he is to you.
Yeah, well, he's scared of me, bro. So he acts tough because he really knows he's intimidated by me. But it's cool, most men are.
Diggs Figs in the house with his God-given name.
Yeah, we're giving him his God-given name tonight. All right, let's see. I got to invite this guy. Copy the link. Here we go. Control V. Look at me.
Oh, wow. Technology.
Yeah, man. I had to teach myself how to do this shit. Control V. There we go. Send to Javon. All right, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, almost being what? A 50-year-old man getting back into computers.
Getting back into pewters. All right, we do have KJ Smith in the house.
What's up, brother?
And the big homie, Dick's Picks. Oh, wait, we'll call him by his government, Dick's Picks. So since KJ decided to join us live, I have a clip. As you know, we've been having a lot of fun in the chat with the memes we've been making about each other. And, you know, I've been going hard on KJ, but I found out something about him, and now I have respect because now I know he's no puto. He's not a fag.
You heard it first.
An orgy? I've never been part of an orgy before.
Oh, me neither, but I'm willing to give it a try.
Can I blow the Tin Man?
Get the fuck out of here.
You heard it from the man himself.
There you go.
Fuck out of here. Shout out
That's how we roll, right?
Shout out to KJ Smith.
But KJ's down with sticking his dick in her ass and
yeah,
oh shit.
Oh, sorry, Javon.
Oh my god, I came in at the perfect time.
I didn't finish it though, but it was the Tin Man putting his woo-ha in Dorothy.
Well, Tony, this is the first time I'm meeting you, and I gotta say, you're very remarkable. Okay.
Thank you. How you doing, brother?
All right, so yeah,
I'm good, man.
Tony Troy Box opened the days of one of the co-hosts of Latin Legion's podcast on Sunday, and this is my friend Jovan. He is the owner. You the owner?
Creator, writer
of C Stellar Eruption Entertainment, Remnant Brood, with such titles as Bone Thugs and Harvest, Calvary Man, and what's the other one? The robotic one.
We got the Automaton War. I like to call it the Automaton War. And we got Stin Wolf. We got Reagan. We got quite a few. Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me tonight, sir.
Of course, man. Anytime.
Yeah. So as you can see, we kind of be wilding out here on the show.
That's dope, man. I like it. That's my energy right there.
Yeah, it's comic book related, but we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, since you joined up, we talked earlier this week. You was talking about how you're not a big comic book every day, week kind of guy. You do your stories, you're putting them out there, but you're doing it for a reason. Why don't you let us know what's up?
Okay, so that I own. I'll show you the comic books that I own. Okay, I'll show you real quick because these are the only comic books I really own that I bought up. All the other stuff that I have is people gave them to me at Comic-Con. So I don't know if you can see them that well. See those guys?
See RoboCop.
Okay. Hey, this guy's crazy right here. He's all posable. You can pose his fingers and stuff. But yeah, I'm a RoboCop fanatic. Okay.
My wife has those.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, she's got all those. She's got mad RoboCop comics, bro.
That's the life for me right there. RoboCop is my thing. But those are the only comic books I ever bought. I had them when I was younger. I was probably about 15. And so I used to live in Orange County. And there was this comic book store called, Mile High Comics. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I think I heard of that place.
But it was like the biggest comic book store in the world at the time or something. And so we used to always go there, and I would see people in the boxes looking through, trying to find stuff. And it just never was my thing. I'm not knocking it, but it was just never my thing. So
going through those cases of boxes just for one comic, I passed on that as well, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, I can't. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
Even with collectibles and stuff. I'm not that big of a collectible type of guy. So but anyways, I've always been a movie guy. Like I remember around that time, Starship Troopers, Mortal Kombat,
Yeah.
stuff like that came out. I was seeing it in theater, and all I wanted to do was make movies. I wanted to be a comic book artist because I was really good at drawing, but that never worked out. So the next thing was movies. And so as an adult, I realized that that was damn near impossible because a lot of people that are in film um, are either like phenom type people that have connections, or they're born into it or grandfathered into it, or they just have a lot of money.
A lot of nepotism in that.
Yeah, of course. When it was crazy is when you get older, you start to find out that a lot of the stars that you grew up with in the 80s and 90s, they are children of other actors from the 60s and the 50s. And so you're like, oh, damn. So that being said, being an adult, I kind of gave up on that dream. And then when I moved to the East Coast, I moved to the Boston area for about 6 years. And I worked at an auto parts store. And there was this guy that I worked with he was absolutely insane, right? But he was a published writer and he loved everything about movies and how they're made. And he had all this random info that, I would have never known. You would have to read for years and years and years and years to find out just these tiny tidbits. So I just found him interesting and we became friends. And he seen that I could tell stories really well. And so it's like, Javon, you should start writing. You should write. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to write. I'm kind of stupid. Never graduated high school. He's like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Your brain is your brain, whether you sit in the classroom or and listen to some fun.
There's always a saying, there's book smarts and there's street smarts.
Yeah,
exactly. And I come from the streets.
And there's common sense.
Common sense. And it's not very common. So, but I was taught that. And so when I'm over here cooking and stuff, that's why I was all distracted.
What's the menu tonight, dog?
What's up?
What's on the menu, dog? Come on.
We got some salmon. I'm baking some salmon right now. It's gonna be
oh yeah.
It's like honey lemon.
Yeah.
And we got that going right there too.
Okay.
Nice.
Some veggies and stuff. We got let's get on camera.
You look like a vegan ass motherfucker, bro.
I'm not a vegan, man. That's my girl right there.
Hey, what up?
Hey.
So
does she read your books?
Yeah, she does actually. She has them. A lot of people. Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, getting back to where was I? So one day I just came up with. He was like humoring me, and he was like, "Hey, just write something." And my whole thing is I can tell stories really well, like with my mouth in front of people. So I was like, I just came up with this character called the Runaway. And the Runaway is the basis for everything that's in Rumen and Brood. Everything. And so let me get this going real quick. So what you see in Rumen and Brood is all based off of a novel that I wrote called The Runaway. And it's all based in what can I say, adventure and lore and sci-fi and magic. It's kind of a mixture of all that stuff. So this guy, his name is Mike Shea, really good friend. And I eventually ended up moving back to the West Coast, and Mike ended up dying. And so, yeah, and I haven't written anything. Yeah, he's a really good friend, and R.I.P. Mike. He showed me a lot of things, but then I felt compelled to write, to actually put it down on paper or digitally, and so that's what I did. I made it an effort every day to write, and I ended up writing almost 400 pages of a novel just from scratch.
Brother, you actually by doing so, you honored his legacy. That's hot, man.
Yeah, that was my dude, man. I would like, that's like jumping in front of bullets for people type stuff, So it
But
was
that's brave on
really,
you too. That's brave on you too, because 400 page novel, that's not something that happens overnight.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of writing and thought and ideas being brought to the reader. That I give you props
yeah.
on that, dog.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, I appreciate you both for acknowledging that because, it's one thing to say what you like and what you want, and I'm gonna do this, and it's one thing to get out
Mhm.
there and actually do it. And a lot of people think that you have to have this perfect plan.
Nope.
Like everything has to be sewn up and all the edges have to be perfect and stuff. And that's just not how it works. That's not how it works in art of
Or
It's
any
not
life
kind.
reality.
in life.
Yeah,
It's not reality.
Like
in
Wayne
life in general.
Gretzky, like the great Wayne Gretzky once said, "You miss all the shots you don't take."
Exactly. Exactly. And so that's one thing that Mike taught me. It was veiled in a lot of laughter and fun and just hearing him talk and stuff. But he taught me that like you got to take the shot. Like if you want to do something, you got to start.
Yes.
Like if you want to do something that's big, you got to start low and you
Yeah,
got
you
to go
can't
through all
live
that
your
stuff.
life like on some scary ass shit. If you
Yeah,
got a dream, that shit ain't gonna just happen. You
Mhm.
gotta
exactly.
put it in action, put it into work. You gotta make it happen. And I'm not trying to say like I know everything about life, but in my 48 years going on 49, now it takes a while for people to actually realize things take time, work, effort, and determination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
You got,
combination of
and a lot of that comes with stress. So
oh
trying to
yeah.
trying to trying to achieve these goals, you're gonna have to deal with stress, and stress can cause depression. And what I
Yeah.
have for depression is fuck depression. You got to replace it with courage.
Mm. Yes, you know what when you say that too, replacing it with courage, um, I don't know. I guess like fear too. A lot of
Yeah,
depression I feel it comes from fear.
yeah,
And so one thing that you got to know about yourself is that fear is one of the motivators that will get you to success. Like
yeah.
fear is like I'm from the streets, man. I'm from Stockton, California. I've seen a lot of stuff, and fear has kept me alive. Fear has kept me in a good path.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm afraid of everything, but there's been some situations that I could have been not afraid, and I probably wouldn't be here. So
I get it.
yeah, they all run hand in hand.
Oh yeah, oh
But
yeah. Because karma's a bitch and death is her husband.
Yeah.
I never heard that one, but that's dope. Uh,
I'm,
So
I'm
you
gonna jump
gotta
in. You're
you
saying
gotta
Devon
put
because
out that good shit, or you're gonna have to deal with her man.
yeah,
speaking of fear,
true.
it does. It's actually it can lead to either you falling back, like they say, fight or flight,
Fight or
right?
flight.
You
Yeah,
Yeah,
fall back
fight.
and let it consume you and become depressed, or you could use it as a motivator to overcome those fears and move forward with whatever your endeavors are.
Yeah,
exactly.
And
You
it
got to
makes you think too.
identify it.
How do I problem solve? What do I got to do to resolve this issue so I don't feel that fear, or I
Exactly.
could make a dissipate it, make it less and less until I can overcome it.
yeah,
And then sometimes that fear, sometimes we identify, the nervousness or the adrenaline as fear. And
yeah,
sometimes it's just not that. It's just your body trying to prepare you for what's at hand. And I
yeah.
had to teach myself that I didn't grow up with a father. I didn't grow up with a lot of like my uncles and all that other stuff. We were like kind of isolated. So I had to teach myself this, or I had to watch movies. I learned a lot of stuff from movies.
Oh, me
And
too, man.
so that's why I wanted to make them. And so once I actually wrote the book, I was like, okay, I'm trying to get me a book deal,
Nice.
you know? And so I realized very quickly that they're not going to give me a book deal. I'm, I'm just some guy. I didn't go to Harvard. I didn't go to Stanford. I didn't do
Right.
any of that stuff.
You don't know no
And
publishers or none of that.
yeah, and
Yeah, the
I
connect.
talked to many literary agents, and they're like, "Oh, while your story has merit, we're gonna pass because we're looking for the next Lord of the Rings, pretty much."
Exactly.
And so I was
We
like,
want the
"Screw
next
this."
MCU.
Yeah, we want the stuff that everybody is ingesting right now, and we don't want people to have to think about what you're talking about. And at the same time, when I first came up with my initial story, I was upset because I think it was 12 years of, or is it 12 years a slave? Is that what it's called? The movie?
Yeah, bro, that's a tough one.
Yeah. So 12 years a slave was out, and everybody's talking about it, and Academy Award, and I was just I'm tired of slave movies. I'm tired of black movies with black people being oppressed and just being like, oh yeah, okay, boss, and
Perpetuating that
overcoming.
shit.
I'm tired
Perpetuating
of
that shit. Yeah.
yeah, and at the same time as that stuff did happen, I'm not knocking it. I'm like, that's their lane. That's people's lane. People want to know about that. People want to talk about that. I'm done with it. I don't want to go to the movie theater and see that. So I was like, I'm
Right.
gonna do something, but I'm gonna trick the people. And so with the Runaway, it kind of starts out as a slave, escaped slave story, but it turns into what you see in Roman and Brood.
Mm.
And so
Section 8. Hook them in and then give them what you really want.
exactly. Oh, this is gonna be a slave movie. Oh, now suddenly is the Hobbit, and you're like, what the hell? And so,
Kind of
so
throwing
what
a
I
curveball.
exactly just like entice people and then get them hooked on some stuff that's really new, that's really original. I'm tired of the regurgitation and stuff. So on top of that, I get I get tired of all the literary agents, and I'm like, my backup plan was to visualize my characters, to see them, to actually see them on paper or see them 3D printed or whatever design.
Yeah.
And so I start looking. I'm on Instagram all the time. I follow all these artists that I'm really interested in. And there's this one guy named Carlos Conte, and you should look him up. I'll send you his stuff sometime. But Carlos Conte has been working in the industry for over 20, I think it's 30 years. He's been in Hollywood for 30 years, and he does freelance artwork, character designs for movies. And you name it, he's probably done something for the movie that you like. He's probably like Aliens, Prometheus, even a Detective Pikachu. You
How about
name it.
RoboCop?
There's
How about
he didn't do RoboCop. He's a little bit young for RoboCop. You got to be in your 60s for that. Some of those guys are dying off now.
Whoa,
I'm like,
hold on a
sad.
second.
God
60.
damn,
Whoa, bro.
No, I'm saying the people that worked on it. I'm saying the people the people that work. No, bro. Hey, I'm about to be 44. I'm a robot. I was there. Okay, I watched Coming to America in the movie theater. The Batman with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was there. Okay, so I'm.
You gotta be in your 60s.
You got to work on those films, though. You had to be like the cream of the crop. You feel?
Like 20 plus years old
Already.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And some of these movies, they weren't hiring.
We trying to say
sorry.
Coverdad. We trying to say Coverdad. Oh Jesus Christ, $1.
Yeah, man. I mean, so with that being said, I went to Carlos Conte. I'm the type, like, my brother's the same way. My brother's in the music industry. He's been in it for a long time. And you wouldn't believe the people he's worked with and met and known. For him to not be a household name, he knows everybody. And he's known as a networking king behind the scenes. So it kind of runs in the family. My dad is the same way. He had back in the 90s, he did like a beauty pageant with women, and I couldn't even believe it. I'm there like, what the hell? How did you work this out? That's just
Hold on,
how we are.
Hold on. Let's slow this story down. This is the kind of story I like. All right, your pops ran a beauty pageant.
Yeah.
What
he did
city was it? What area?
This is in Sacramento.
Okay,
I gotta find the pictures, man. There's pictures
Okay.
of this. I
So,
was there.
well, let me ask another question. Was it a beauty pageant for like kids or for adults?
No, adults.
All
It
right.
was.
So
There were
we got
models.
we
Like,
got beauty pageant, we got Sacramento, we got grown hoes. All right. So was your father a judge?
Or a
yeah.
J-Lo.
No, it was more. It was more kind of
Was he
like a
a
beauty
judge
pageant.
though?
Yeah, he was the head man. He put it all
Ah,
together. He
and that's
coordinated
the point
everything.
I'm getting to. That's exactly what he was. The
Yeah.
head man. You want to win this motherfucker, bitch? Oh, we gonna have to get some time.
Yeah, big time hoeing. Big time hoeing was going on. My dad is a big asshole. He got kids all over the place.
Yeah, I can
There we
tell,
go.
brother.
The
But
truth comes out.
Show on the road.
he taught me a good lesson, not to be a hoe. But at the same time, we just have, I don't know, we just had that tenacity about us. We go
Grab
out and
by
get
the
it.
pussy.
um, and so what I did is I just reached out to him. This guy has thousands of followers and he's working on movies and stuff. So I'm like, why would he talk to me? But I didn't think that. I was like, you know what? I really want some. I'm gonna reach out to him. So I reached out to him about my first this book called The Runaway, and I told him and I showed, I explained to him the character and the story. Once he actually responded to me, he's like, yeah, I'll take a look at it. So I send him my references and all this other stuff, and he's like, yeah, I'll work on it. I'll take a day off and I'll work on your stuff. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? And so he was like, okay, just give me 500 and I'll work on it. And I was like, oh shit, that's a lot of money for somebody.
Yeah.
Now I know, but back then I was like broke, and so I hustled up the money. One of my coworkers gave me $300. He's like, I believe in you. You're gonna do it. I always see you working on this. And then I wrestled up the rest of the money and I got it to him. And he did these character designs of the Runaway, and they were amazing. They were not fully developed, but it was the catalyst right there.
Mm-hmm.
It lit the fuse. And so then after that, I was like, I got to get more characters designed. I was like, but not with him because I ain't got that kind of money.
How many characters did he design for you for the 500?
Just one. He did one, and you know what he's told me? He was like, hey, this reminds me of a movie that I designed the characters for. I'm like, what movie is that? He's like, Dark Tower. And I'm like, this is absolutely amazing that somebody would even, he's like, I really like what you're doing here. For him to say that and be connected to these movies and stuff, even though Dark Tower didn't do well or whatever, it made me feel like, yeah, it was bad, but it made me feel like I belong here.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, just like I said, is a catalyst. So I just scoured the internet and I found out that there's a lot of big-headed motherfuckers on the internet that do art. And there's a lot of guys that they just want too much money. They ignore you, or they treat you like, who the hell are you? And then there's a lot of guys that just regurgitate stuff. They're making their money off of drawing Spider-Man with a thong, Spider-Man with a mohawk, Spider-Man, Black Spider-Man, White Spider-Man, Indian Spider-Man. They're making all this money off of just people's infatuation with these characters. I'm not into that. So I started like learning to weave my way through that. And I found this guy named Skylar Kinney. A small page, liked his style, reached out to him. He's like, yeah, I'll do some.
Is that homeboy?
That's Bone Stugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
motherfucker cool as fuck, bro.
Hell yeah. Smart dude, cool, but not just smart, but just genuine.
Too.
Yeah. His style, I seen it online first, and I was like, you know what? Hey man, you want to do some character designs? And he's like, hell yeah. What I didn't know at that time is that he was about to give up and go just get a normal job and not do this stuff.
Oh.
And I reached out to him. So it's like meant to be at this point.
Right.
And so I'm like, hey man, do some character designs. So I pay him and stuff, and he does the character designs. I'm like, these are dope. Hey, you want to do a comic book? And he's like, hell yeah, that's all I want to do. And I'm like, I got this 375 page book that I want to do a comic book about it. And he's like, oh yeah, it's like $10,000. I was like, pump the brakes, hold on. I was like, that's crazy. I gotta pay rent and shit. I was like, damn, that's some Dayton's, hydraulics, and candy paint right there. So I was like, how about we do a side story? How about we do something smaller? We scaled it back to, a couple $1,000s. And he's like, I'm down for that. So then there's a character in all these characters are from the Runaway story that I produced. The first one I chose, he's a bounty hunter that's chasing the runaway. His name is the Cavalryman. And so so from the end of the Runaway, I wrote Cavalryman's story, where it takes place directly after that, what happens to him.
I see. And I didn't read Is Runaway on your website?
Runaway's not on there. I'm saving that one. I'm saving that one.
Bro,
yeah.
Because I fucks with your shit. I already read Cavalryman.
Yeah.
I already read Autonomon Wars. I didn't read the Steinwolf yet. I got them hoes. Yeah. But my favorite, hands down, Bone Thugs and Harvest, bro.
And so Bone Thugs and Harvest, and that's what I love about this, man. Because my whole thing, Stellar Eruption Entertainment, is about starving artists and people that have stories that they want to be on a grand scale, but they haven't been given the chance. And they'll never be given the chance because they're not Hollywood and because their story doesn't fit the same arc trajectory as every other thing that you see on TV. And so I'm not necessarily against that, but I want something different. I want to do something different. I don't want to be like them. And so when Skyler he just said finish the Cavalryman. And I went to him and I'm like, hey, bro, I see that you have stuff. Let's do a comic book. Your comic book of your own stories that are separate from Room and
Right. That's what he was telling me when I met him.
And so that's where Bones Thugs comes in. That's not a part of the same universe as mine. That's his own thing.
Short stories.
Yeah, exactly. But did you know that all those characters in those stories are technically actors? So you will see the same character playing a different character, or you'll see the same person playing a different character in his books. Yeah.
I gotta read that. Yeah. Hey, you gotta show me that. You guys got part 2, right?
We got part 3 out too.
Oh man, you gotta plug me with those. I only got one.
Yeah. I got you. We'll get you all of them and stuff. We'll get you guys what you guys need.
No doubt.
I'll get you all the books. It's nothing because all I care about is people experiencing them.
I gotta tell you, Tony, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You know me, my man. I keep it $150. If you ain't like cool or like just cause you do, like, say Jim Lee is fire. Oh my God, it's Jim Lee. But if I went to meet him and he's like acting like a bitch ass, fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
So I met this man personally when I had a booth at Powerhouse Con. Me, Charlie, and Adam were selling toys. I do my rounds. I come across his shit, and I'm like, yo, what is this? This gentleman comes up, shakes a motherfucker's hand, gives me this is another thing. With Cobra, I'd be basing my judgment on you right away. If you shake my hand, it's clammy, and if I shake your hand and your hand like gives, you get what I'm saying? Like,
limp hand.
Right away,
or it's too tight, or is that tough guy bullshit?
Or that overpowering joint. I gotta
right away. I'm like, I shake this motherfucker's hand. Oh, I'm like, all right away. There we go. Then I buy a comic. He gives me the little fucking. You gave me the little statuette.
Oh yeah.
And then the second time we met, that's when I had went on the website and bought the rest of the shit. You plugged me for $35, no Diddy, and then fucking, I mean, come on, dog. I said you plugged me, no Diddy. All right. So then, when I met you guys the second time, that's when I met Skylar,
Yeah.
and he was the same way, like a
Yeah.
good handshake. He look at me in the eye while I'm talking to
Well,
him.
I only fuck with real ones, man. I
Yeah,
don't fuck like
told him
I
how
have a
I
little bit
told
of
him how I
friends.
read his books. I told him how I liked his style. He was very appreciative, you know. So then after that, I was like, yeah, Rum and Brood. I fucks with Rum and Brood. And
That's what's
Tony,
up.
the stories are fire, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Like I put with
I'm
the
looking
whole
for it.
cold blooded part, man, is that all these stories are
Oh, 1 out
they're
of
like
12.
snail trail along.
My
You
bad.
know, they're
I
oh
acknowledge the
go
chat.
ahead. You're
I
good.
had to acknowledge the chat. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Like you gotta understand that these stories are really long. Like I planned on doing over 100 books. And
Fuck.
so I'm like the whole thing. I'm trying to build capital right now and stuff to like get the books out. I got this one called Boobon. They call him Boobon, or he's called Boobon. That it's gonna blow you guys' mind. It's a completely different style, and just wait until you hear about what he's capable of doing. But
So you
with
mix
all
it up.
that
You
being,
mix it up a lot, right?
yeah, and they're all my stuff. Anything that says Rumen and Brood that has that seal in there is all in the same timeline. And I don't do the multiverse or anything like that. But Reagan, she traverses the timeline, and there's other. We call them time refugees, and so they can jump around from place to place on the timeline. And they'll. I got so many characters and things, and it's subtle, man, and that's
You
what I want
gotta
to
write,
do.
hey, my dude, you gotta write a Cobra Dad character,
Oh
and
yeah.
throw your boy in one of the books. You
We'll,
feel
we'll
me?
talk about it. We'll talk about and or we can fuck with Skyler and
Yeah,
do a whole other thing.
yeah.
You
All
feel?
right, we could brainstorm some
Because we
fire.
already planning some stuff. I'm
Yeah,
already
Gopher definitely looks like a comic book character, right?
yeah. You look like you got some crazy power to where you just sit up and you hover or something. You know what I'm saying? Like some
Yeah,
Buddha type shit.
He's
yeah.
always high. That's one shit. He's always
Yeah,
high.
yeah. So he's hovering
Hey, you know
already. I
what?
knew I could
I'll show
tell.
you my power right now.
You got the character down to the T, man.
Yeah, man. So with all that,
Spinosaurus. It's
I
movie
got a little
time.
something. I got a little something here.
Yeah,
But
all right, we can do something.
uh but yeah, so with this whole thing going on, I went to the Ontario Comic Con. I think it's called, I can't remember what it's called. It's been so long. But I went there. That was like my first real big Comic Con. And I have the weaving statue and stuff. And I
Yeah,
have I was doing collectibles and stuff too. So that would draw on people. And I have this big picture of the weaving.
yeah.
We got to get into that later too about the weaving because of who designed it and what the other stuff that
That's
he's done.
another one I didn't get to yet. I have the
Yeah,
weaving. You got that
yeah,
full size statue, bro. That motherfucker's
yeah,
huge.
man.
You
Yeah,
ever
it's
think
like
about? Wait, am I wrong? It's not painted, right?
yeah, it is painted now. It is painted.
Oh, it's painted now. Okay.
Yeah. So but yeah, so when I went to this Comic Con, it's called Comic Con Revolution in Ontario, California. I'm sitting there doing my thing like I do. I involve people. I get in people's faces and I'm trying to like I'll compliment people, not fake compliment, but if I see a shirt that I like, I'm like, damn, that's tight. And they're like, oh, thank you. You're the first person that said something. And then we start talking and then they're like, what you got going on here? That's what me, Skylar, and my other partner, good friend Panda, that's what we do. That's why they're there with me. But anyways, I'm sitting there. It's kind of a lull in sales or whatever, and these two dudes come up to me. These two black guys come up to me, and they're like, "Hey man, what you got going on here?" And I'm telling them I'm doing my little spiel, and they tell me that they're writers for TV. He's like, "Yeah, you know that Transformers cartoon?" And I'm like, "Yeah, me and my son watch that." He's like, "Yeah, I write for that," and then he writes for this. And I'm like, "Wow, that's dope." And they're like, we got a booth like probably like 7 booths down, 10 booths down. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking like, why are they telling me stuff? And they're like, my homeboy, one of the writers, he walked by here to go to the restroom and he seen you talking to somebody and he was super interested and he told us to come down here. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And he's gonna come back and talk to you because he wants to see what you got going on here. I'm like, dope, I appreciate it. And so they take off, and then I'm not paying attention. I'm doing my own thing, and like an hour later or something, this guy comes down. This guy, Mikey, and he's like, "Hey man, I want to know what's up with her." And he points at I have that big mirror with all the characters on it, and Reagan is big on there with a little afro and the braids and stuff. And she has like some futuristic weapon. He's like, I want to know about her. And so I tell him about the refugee story. And he's like, hey man, I just want to let you know that I'm from that, we're signing autographs at this booth because we're writers, da, 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 da. He's like, I'm in good with Netflix. And he's like, I think I can adapt this for a movie or TV show. And I think Netflix will love it.
No doubt.
And I'm like, you talking about my character? And he's like, yeah. He's like, if you would be interested, I would love to adapt this for a movie or TV
Make
show.
sure you lawyer up.
Yeah. Oh no, I have an entertainment lawyer already.
Right.
Yeah, I already have
He would like to adapt that motherfucker.
100%
yeah,
adapted to themselves.
But you know what's crazy? This guy. But check it out though. This guy at first it seems like that, but now I've been knowing this guy for 3 years.
Okay.
And we were just talking yesterday, and I was like, he said something to me about Hollywood buying and doing all this other stuff, and I was like, oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to gloss over the whole thing with he had to move his family for the fires and stuff. And I was like, and he's like, oh man, I didn't think he was doing it. And it's just like, it's super organic, you know what I'm saying? I don't really mess with people that like I'm very intuitive, you feel? So 3 years he's been waiting for me to get stuff done because my artist, that's a whole other thing. My artist, Bruno Bull, that did the Reagan, he's been going up and he's been having issues and all this other stuff. I'm not going to put his stuff out on blast. And I'm not going to talk bad about him because this guy's great. But, we all have our things that we go through that. So it took us 2 years, 2.5 years to get that first book out. I thought it was going to be out in 6 months. So, of course, it's Reagan. I got a chance to be with Netflix and all this other stuff. That's taking forever. All my other books coming out on time and stuff. This one is taking a long time because, I just have that kind of luck. But I'm keeping it pushing. Anyways,
stay positive, bro.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Gestation period, man. You can still
things happen when they need to, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's nothing to me,
tough.
man.
It's tough when you got all this gumption and ambition.
Yeah.
And you want to get shit done. You got all this fire. You ready to make it happen. When it's ready, bro. And then maybe you ain't ready. Maybe.
Yeah. That's what I think, man.
Maybe God has seen that you might not be ready.
And that's what I learned though, because through all those trials and tribulations, when I finally got the book out, I remember Sanford Green came over to my booth and he's like, hey, what's up with this? What's up with that? And he's asking about Reagan. And I was like, oh, I don't have the book yet. And then he gets split off of me. The dude, and that's a Split Creations from my dude Brian Sessions that lives out in Chicago. I released it for him. Because he's looking for, black characters and stuff. And I was like, man, but the next time I come here, I'll have it. And it's like, okay. And so when I came back to Comic-Con International, I had Reagan. And I walk over to his booth, man. I walk right up to his booth and I'm like, hey, man, remember me? He's like, of course. Takes the book. And my books have that little texture feel.
Stock
yeah, I got like the velvet feel.
Yeah,
wow, man. And he starts looking through it. He's signing autographs. He stopped signing autographs. And he's like, wow, man. And everybody's looking at me like, who the fuck is this guy? And he's like, this is great packaging. And I'm like, I appreciate it, man. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get going because I got my booth over there. And I just wanted to, live up to what I said I was going to do. He's like, that's what's up. And he's like, hey, but before you leave, sign this. And everybody's looking like, who the fuck is this guy that he's asking for a signature? And so it was a good feeling, but
no doubt,
there's things like that. I know for a fact I wasn't ready. Put this on charger. I know for a fact I wasn't ready in a lot of places. And the more that I go on, and the more that things get delayed or take time, the more I'm coalesced into who I'm supposed to be.
And more
And
thought and all that good shit.
yeah, and then like right now I'm doing a thing to where I'm trying to get this distribution with Image to pump up my my name. So when
And
I
get
do
your
go
shit
into
in there
Netflix,
so you can get your shit into LTSs.
exactly. And so if I do that and then people are buying, I don't have to sell crazy, but if I say,
Yeah.
hey, I have a fan base that, I can actually show you the numbers with, then Netflix is going to be like, okay. And
Mhm.
so I'm building something that I didn't think I needed back in the day, but just based off of the time that I've been able to evolve from it being delayed. So yeah, it's frustrating, and I talk about it all the time, but it's really a blessing. So that's what's going on with me right now.
Man,
And
just stay the course. Just stay the course. You're gonna be all right, dog. You
yeah,
good.
man. I told people
I
when I
do. I
first
can do
started
something
this.
for you. I got some connections for you too, because my man Charlie, if he's still watching, he's a part of the fucking Pot of Gold Collectibles in Pleasant Hill,
Okay.
1100 Contra Costa Boulevard in Pleasant Hill. If you ever want to do like a comic signing of your shit,
Yeah,
I could probably get you. We could work something out, bro. I get
most
you over there.
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be fire. And then Rum It Brewed, presented by the Weekly Habit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That,
yeah.
on some on some on some come together like butt cheeks type shit. You feel
That's
me?
you got to come together. Yeah, put it
Man, I ain't
together like a
no
racing
kidding.
track. You feel?
Nah, but my man
Yeah,
Chisel is open to shit like that all day because it's a toy store and we like to keep things relevant and we
yeah,
definitely like to obviously feature, local motherfuckers. Yeah, my man said it right here, bro. We could do something at the
yeah.
shop.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate it, Charles. I
I'm
like
gonna
I
link y'all. I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna link y'all, and then
yeah.
also, my LCS flying colors over here in Concord. I know Joe personally. I can actually say that now. I
No
feel pretty
Diddy.
good about it because, like, I know because like I do know Joe personally because like last week he was having a meeting with some investors from Trader Joe's, right? And he was
Mhm.
all on point, So when I walked in, I knew it. I kept it cool, I didn't see that up in there, I didn't walk in like, yo, my niggas. So like I was just like chilling, right? So we're leaving, and as I'm leaving, Joe looks over at me as he's in the circle of these like suited and booted ass executives, and he goes, I hit him with the head nod, and he goes, "Be cool, Juan." And I didn't even realize his wife was standing right there. She turns around, she hears my name, she turns around like, "Oh, I didn't even know you was here." Big hug, back, bring it
That's what's
in,
up.
and then I dipped. So I think I do know the man personally.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna link y'all. Maybe you can come over to Flying Colors and do signings because they always got independent joints over there. Hey, you ever heard of 10 Ton Press?
No,
They always be at the same show with you, bro.
they do.
Yeah,
I
man.
probably have. I probably
Yeah,
it's so overwhelming at times, man, because I'm like, what is that? What is the monster from Godzilla with the three heads, man, and the
yeah,
wings? I never can remember his name. But that's what I feel like sometimes, man. I'm like over here fighting Godzilla, fighting
yeah.
Mothra.
Hey, that's real talk. Joe does know one, bro. He does not know Cobra.
Damn.
All right, so let's move on with the show. I got some Predator we could talk about real
Oh
quick.
yeah.
All right, so as we know, oh shit, I didn't cut that well.
Yeah.
That went
That's what I
quick.
look like with my hair's down though.
Yeah. All right, so
Oh, yeah.
Predator 1.
I'm gonna
We
have
have
me some fun.
the Yautja, I think, has been visiting the planet since the movie Prey. If I'm not mistaken, that was the first Yamcha to hunt on Earth in the movie Prey.
Oh wow.
So at this point, human beings have advanced to studs like this.
Yeah.
And these are some ultimate commandos, and the Yamcha comes to hunt them. And this is the Yamcha that is the hunter. As we all know, he wasn't very successful.
I mean, he got pretty much everybody except.
But he didn't
died.
make it home. He didn't make it home with the skulls.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Yeah. Trophies.
So his ship exploded as well. Wait, he exploded.
Exploded. Yeah. He set the bomb off.
His ship went straight home, and they knew what happened. So they realized Earth is a formidable place. So we have part 2, and this
Danny Glover.
Yeah, this
the
was
Danny Glover joint.
It wasn't. I will always remember the trailer. It was like 1997, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's way in the future."
Out from the jungle into the concrete jungle.
With
that long ass Magnum that he had and stuff.
Yeah. So
doing his neck.
So there is Danny Glover with the fat ass strap. It looked like a Desert Eagle revolver shit with a skull.
Something. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. He has something going on. All I know is that neck crack where he does the roll before he shoots.
I'm going for this shit. Oh, that's another movie. But yeah, so this Yamcha hunts in the urban cities, and he's taking down like drug lords and shit. Yeah, and that was pretty fire, especially when he hit the Rasta dude.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
Yeah, and he pulled out he had the Cobra handle cane with the sword, man. I need one of them.
With the business right there. Yeah, I remember that.
Danny Glover's shirt had business.
No, for real.
Yeah, because it was super hot. Remember, it was super hot.
Yeah, that's the whole part about the future. That's one thing they got right.
Yeah, because all right, next up, the next movie that came out was Aliens versus Predators.
Yeah.
It was okay, I guess.
Yeah. Is that the one where the girl?
It's something to watch.
At the end.
Yeah.
I mean, for both of these aliens to come together and fight each other was pretty cool.
That was cool, yeah.
But it was too dark of a movie, right? You couldn't really appreciate.
And it does explain how the Yamcha used the Xenos as like hunting animals. They actually breed them and shit. Yeah, so that was fire. Homegirl is fine as fuck. This is her stunt double.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that black chick is fine as fuck.
Yeah, I remember the end of that movie a lot though. When she's
it was kind of cool when she got the gear or whatnot.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Right. Now we go into Predators. I think this is 2017.
Brody.
This is a fucking masterpiece.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
good. Man.
I mean, I own it. We watch it all the time.
Yeah, the names that are involved in this one.
Yeah.
And then you got the scene where the Yakuza dude goes one-on-one with the Yamcha and they both kill each other.
Oh yeah.
On some samurai shit, bro.
This is this again, man.
Yeah.
Predators. Predators is where it's
movies. There's so many Predator movies that it's hard sometimes to recollect.
There's a lot of
right? Plus the spin-offs, Yeah,
there's spin-offs. But this one's good because not only is the Predator there to hunt these badass humans, there's a Predator hunting the Predator.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. When did this come out?
Because there's two different separate Yamchas because the Yamchas constantly improve their DNA with shit that they hunt.
Yeah.
And they're always evolving. And some of them become these alpha joints.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was showcased in the 2018 remake, right? Predators. Or
Yeah.
Predator. The Predator.
And this is
The
Predator.
Predator. Oh
Yes,
yeah, I
this
remember
one,
that one. Yeah.
This
one
crap,
showcases
bro.
that beast. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
actually
this is.
enjoyed it though. I like.
I couldn't stand it, man. It's just.
I kind of.
But there showcases a lot
Posted.
about what you were talking about, the DNA from the
Yeah.
collected.
Yeah, and that's why that one, the crazy, the hunter one came and was like, had the weird like bent legs and shit.
Yeah,
But that
light attack.
armor is fire. I think there was an Aliens and Predator 2. Here's the crew. Olivia Munn was in this. I eat her ass from the back. So
Wasn't that Psylocke?
Oh yeah, she was Psylocke. Yep, she was Psylocke. Yeah, hottie. So this one, along with Predators and the original one, this is the trifecta. Because
this one.
I mean, this movie is just deep. It shows the native culture and how they live with the land, something I wish we could be doing today, like more like that. Like I wish human beings were more like this today, more communal, more surviving on the land instead of destroying it. But that's a dream because we're in the future and we have Teslas that drive themselves. So
it's just Avatar. It's Earth and Avatar, man.
Yeah. So this chick's kind of cute too. I got to give it to her.
Yeah.
So yeah, the brothers are badass.
Yeah.
The story's good.
Oh yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
Her determination. This fucking feral predator. It's just back and forth.
Fun fact though, feral predator. The guy, his name is Michael Vincent. He designed one of my characters. He designed that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did the body. He did the character. There's another guy that did all the weapons that he worked with. But supposedly he got. And now you can't take this at 100% that I'm telling the truth. I anything that I say really, but I'm not a liar. But I believe he used my character, the Weaving, in his portfolio in getting hired in that for designing that character. And if you see the Weaving, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I can see that. And we worked extensively together. We worked for a while to get the face of the Weaving going. And we both really enjoy it. We'll talk every once in a while. We'll just talk about it. And he did my first zebra sculpt of the Weaving too, which I would end up getting printed out and reposed and all this stuff. But yeah, that's every time I think about the Prey, I'm like, damn, I touched that just a little bit. You know,
well, I got a fun fact too.
You guys go ahead. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right. I have a fun fact from one Adam 12's comment. He says, I thought the girl from Prey was Aubrey Plaza when I first saw the trailer.
Is that the girl from? Yeah, go ahead.
No. Is actually a family member of mine.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well,
how is
three
that?
times removed?
Okay.
A daughter of one of my uncles.
But damn, that's crazy. Small world.
Yeah.
How?
I never know. Yeah.
So we're all touching it. Well, me and you. I don't know about the other guy. That's why he left. He didn't want to have to get
he had nothing to say.
He didn't want to be on the spot. But yeah, man, it's like Predator is like one of my big all-time favorites because I was a kid. I remember being a kid. I think did it come out in 86 or 87?
When we were young, yeah.
Yeah, and so I was watching shit like that. Remember they would show it on TV.
Remember that? Did you remember that?
Yeah. They had every
movie with toys.
Exactly, man. And they don't even do that type of stuff anymore. I mean, they'll do collectible figures and stuff, but I remember I lived in Stockton, California. We have all of Sacramento's channels. And I'm watching like Fox 40. Predator will be right back after these messages. And I'm like 10 years old, you know what I'm saying? Watching. And they don't show everything, and they cut out some of the wording, but at the same time, it's still scary. And then we would get the videotape, the VCR, put it probably in the VCR, and then we see the heads getting cut off and stuff. I'm like, oh shit! So that was a staple of my childhood. That and RoboCop and Terminator, they run hand in hand. They're just
RoboCop
really
was great.
big. Man, it was RoboCop has the best one-liners.
Remember Escape from LA?
Escape from LA, Escape from New York. I mean, there's so many movies from the 80s.
The Warriors.
Yeah, the ting.
Yeah.
You talking about the gangs?
Warriors come out and play.
Yeah, that was one of our favorite movies. That Breaking Electric Boogaloo, Colors, Boys in the Hood. Like, there's so many things. Like the 80s and the early 90s was like the mecca of just exploring the movie tip.
Bruce Leroy from
oh yeah, with the arms.
Yeah, not Enter the Dragon. God, help me.
It was the Last Dragon.
The Last Dragon, yes.
Who the Last Dragon?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. But show enough, kiss my Chucks or whatever, my Converse. Kiss my Converse. Even
a lot of good
Jackie Chan came into prominence too. I mean, there's a movie called Fearless Hyena. I don't know if you ever seen it, but I'm telling you this. If you watch Fearless Hyena with Jackie Chan, that to me, hands down, is probably his best work. It's probably one of the best kung fu movies I've ever seen. So like Jackie, he has a lot of stuff like Drunk Masters and Police Story and
and those
Operation
Condor. Those came dubbed to the US through VHS too. I remember
all dubbed and stuff. Bro, my tapes, because it was all VHS. My tapes would have how it gets like the screen would like get a little distorted because you keep on pausing it or rewinding it to the same spot because I want to watch it. That's how all my tapes work.
I had a lot of porn tapes like that.
Yeah. You couldn't even see that for a while.
I would always watch the same scene.
Nah, hey, my uncle had the black box. You know what I'm saying? So I go to his house, but then some channels he didn't have, and they're all wavy, and you'd be like trying to get the
trying to make it out. You're still trying to make it out.
Catch a little glimpse of that ass. You feel me? Hey, back then, that's all you needed too. Yeah, back done.
Hey man, that's throwback stuff right there. All that stuff, man. I remember DVDs came out, and I was like, "What is this?" Oh no! Before that, it was Laserdisc.
Yeah,
I remember they had like the
record.
Yeah, it's like a record player, and they had the rooms like Magnolia, where you go in and put the Laserdisc in there, and we're like watching Ninja Turtles.
Hey, you want to hear something funny?
What's up?
So when the PS2 dropped, that's what took over.
Yes.
So before it was
cartridge.
DVD and what was the other format? There was two formats. It was DVD and some other format, right? So when the Sony PS2 dropped with a DVD player inside of it, it took over the whole shit because of the porn industry.
Yeah.
The porn industry was putting everything on DVD.
Yeah.
Everybody got at the time, a DVD player by itself was about $300.
Yeah.
So you just bought the PS2, and now y'all got a gaming.
It goes on both. Yeah.
So the porns went
and
up,
it played the music videos.
It took over the other format. I think it was called HD video.
And then remember the mod chip?
High definition.
Remember the mod chip? You could get the mod chip, and then you could play burnt stuff too. Yeah. You can burn your own DVDs, own CDs, and stuff. And I remember my homeboy soldered that thing in.
The I ever bought was Mark Wahlberg's Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie. That movie had a feel to it that was great.
The PSP even had the little like DVD thing.
Where I have one down here.
Yeah, the UHMDs.
And then back then, all the DVDs came packed with like hella shit, a CD-ROM, free internet for AOL, all that crazy shit.
It's like when we had cassette tapes and CDs for albums. You would unfold the little booklet, and you get all the info. You don't have to go on the internet or anything. It's right there. Yeah,
artwork.
so it's like
And the,
it's just
and the DVDs
exactly.
also had those interactive menu screens as well.
Yep,
Remember that?
yep.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
Some
yeah,
of them even
yeah,
had like little games.
yeah.
Yep,
Little
For the menu
games. Yeah,
fun.
system. Yeah.
it was just a different. Like I remember
That was bare
watching like
bones.
Kings of Comedy and stuff, having that DVD and stuff. It's just a different time, man. And it's like I'm not knocking right now or anything. Everything's great, but you know, there's a nostalgia that will. It's never gonna leave me. I'm gonna be telling like I got kids that I have a adult kids, and then I have a 7-year-old, and I'm teaching them. I'm like, yeah, this is how it used to be. And stuff. He's like,
Yeah.
that don't sound fun. I'm like, shut up, just listen to me.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's nice to have the physical. It's nice to have the physical item in your hand. You know,
It
everything's
is,
Yeah,
digital
bro.
now.
Well, I have
bro,
a
I got my
fat ass,
Nintendo 64 right here.
yeah, I
I
got
got my stuff.
64.
I got
I
my
have
Rick
a
and
fat
Morty and
ass
stuff.
VHS collection,
Look
bro.
at all these. I still buy stuff like this right now,
Yeah,
man.
why not, man?
Like,
It's nothing like
where's
having that big,
Hmm.
like my man just said, that physical copy, especially if you collect a bunch of Marvel movies, you set them up and they got the titles. It's cool,
yeah,
man. You know, it's
yeah.
hey, like one
I mean,
Adam 12 said, like right now you buy a game for $70 and all that comes in it is the game. That's it.
Right.
yeah.
No
And then you have to.
booklet,
It's all these
no
microtransactions.
poster,
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
mailing card, none of that shit.
Well,
yeah.
and all those games, even though they come on disc, they might not be operational once they cut the servers. Everything's based on the
Yeah,
Yeah,
servers too. So
yeah.
it's
all
almost like
updates,
a
and
download key to play the game.
that's why they have to remake Call of Duties and stuff. It's like then all the spam and stuff, all the hackers, and it's a different beast. It's still fun, but
It
I don't
is
know,
what it
man.
is, man.
My
Yeah.
son's in my Nintendo 64 right now. My 7-year-old son's playing Rush 2. Remember San Francisco Rush,
Rush,
where
Yeah,
you can
yes.
drive the cars and flip
yeah,
them,
Oh,
and
I love that one in the
yeah.
yeah,
arcade. Remember Rush 2,
yeah, super
2049 or
fun, man.
something?
You
Yeah.
could, and there's another one that you could paint your own cars. I can't remember what it was, but I used to paint my own cars and do all these designs on them. Ain't nobody.
I think
It's
there
too
was one like it was called Blur. Was it that one? Blur or something?
blur. I got to look that
I don't
up.
know if I don't know if it was for the Nintendo 64, but I remember it was like for like 360 or something, Xbox that you could actually customize the
Paint like
vehicles. Yeah.
yeah, man. This just a good times, man. Even talking
Yeah,
about it, it brings it back for me. So
no
yeah,
doubt. All right, so I got another clip on deck. Let's check it out. All right, this motherfucker won't start at the
Darth.
right time. It's a
What is that? Is
it's
that
a what if.
Iron Man, Darth Vader?
Nah, it's a what if. Look,
Flash.
yeah, it was the
Oh,
Flash.
oh yeah, I
Yes.
can't see. Mine's all super small on my screen, so that's easy.
That's funny.
uh,
That Yoda kind of looks badass though. Speaking of, remember Yoda in a Soul Calibur fighting game?
Yeah.
no, I don't remember that one.
Was that the Xbox version? Because each system had a different character.
Yeah. Nintendo had Link.
Oh,
One of
that's
them,
dope.
had Vader.
GameCube had Link. You're right. Sony had
Vader?
Spawn.
No, that's a different one. Where didn't one of them have Vader and the other one had Yoda?
Yeah, Vader, and then you're right. Then it was Yoda. The other one was Spawn. You're right.
And then
Now,
the other
look,
one was
I
Spawn,
like
the Tekken guy, Machi or something like that.
Heihachi.
Hayachi, yeah. Oh, this is
I
hot
like
too.
this merger of.
Yeah, that one's dope right there.
That's
That's
really
probably
cool.
the best
Yeah.
one for me.
That's pretty fire, dude. I think that's the last one. Oh, this one's good.
Darth Maul and
Oh,
Joker.
Watch this.
Oh shit!
Oh,
That's hot.
That's
His lightsaber is crazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Chewie and Cyborg. Nah.
That's a good match though.
They should have done some more with the other side though.
All right, there you go. For that little joint.
That's
All
fun.
right, so let's move into this week's cool covers. Covers I saw at the comic book store today that I thought were cool. All right, so this is Rogue #1, which I picked up today, but I took the picture of this Chromebook. You guys know I love Chromebooks, but I didn't look at the price. I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be like $30.
What's
And now
that?
that I
Five
look
ninety
at this,
nine.
yeah, $9.99 should have picked it up, but
99.
yeah, but I ended up grabbing this one, just the regular A cover. So it's Rogue in
Okay.
the Savage Lands.
Oh,
And then I also picked up Ultimate Wolverine #1. We'll see what that's all about. But then let's see what else was good today. Gambit, Galactus. I dig all the what ifs of someone being Galactus Herald, but this is too purpley for me, in my opinion. Let me get this banner off here real quick.
There's a lot of purple in there.
Yeah, they could have did something better with that. All right, so next should be the Moon Knight cover of this. Yeah, see, that's not too
yeah.
creative.
Galactus looks like super deformed. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Looks
He's
like
one of those
Chewie.
Chibi toy. Yeah.
All right, so
This
I
is
like
pretty
this
cool.
because of this Snake Captain America.
I like that.
I won't read it. And then next
Wow.
up, we have Heart Piercer, #3. The art just fires, so I took a
Yes.
picture of it.
This is my jam. These fantasy type characters.
I
Yeah,
like the
Dark
red
Horse.
at the bottom.
Vampira,
Oof.
kind of bugged out, but
Yeah,
sexy.
the arm wings. Oof.
This is Hell on Earth is coming. This is a Spawn. This is Scorch. And then,
That's Tales from the Crypt matchup.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, it looks like the Crypt Keeper.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah.
That laugh.
Yeah, that was
That's
it.
wild. I like that cover.
All right. All right. So let's go into our book that I assume all three of us read.
Oh yeah.
Hell Hunters. We'll go through it real quick. So it starts off in Russia, and you got a group of these Nazis like running from their lives from the good old Russians, and they're chasing them into this forest, and they have no choice but to go deep into the forest, past this like fucking Blair Witch joint, and when the Russians come across it, they're like, "Yo, we're cool. We don't need to pursue them anymore because they're fucked." Yeah, and basically they are. So, they're struggling to get advance, and one of their soldiers kind of falls behind, and the general's like, "Yo, Brunker, leave him behind,"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yo, that's my peeps," and he's like, "Yeah, you're just as fucked up as him. We'll leave your bitch ass too."
Yeah. Cold-blooded, man.
Yeah, pretty cold. So they come across this. Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
It's like a demon horse or something on a tree.
Yeah.
It's actually been like captured because it has all the chains around it, and
somebody
embedded in the
obviously
tree.
casted a spell to lock them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it gives the Germans a way out, right? For possession. Possession.
Yeah. Says that, if they make a deal with them or
these
whatever.
are Nazis, basically. Yeah, these are Nazis.
Yeah, Nazis. Yeah, it's like, yo, it sounds like that Snoop Dogg record, Murder Was the Case. He's like,
yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
Me, I give it better. Well, how long I live?
Eternal life and forever. Will that be the G that I was?
That demon gives them the option, though, to actually be possessed by him.
Yeah. And so the general is like
hesitating,
doubting it. The general is like,
he's like, nah. He's like, I'm not going. He's like,
and the guy he was shitting on just a minute ago,
he gets capped.
Like,
smokes him.
Fuck this motherfucker.
Pops him in the back of the head.
Yeah, pushes his wig, and they take the deal, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, and he bites his fool, and he transforms.
They're zombies, bro.
Zombies on some Call of Duty Nazi.
That's what once I seen that, I was like, okay, man,
Yeah, because
this
I
is
got
how
a
the
text
zombies
from you.
started.
I got a text. First, he was like, "Yeah, I'll see if I'll read it. We'll see." And then I get a text, "Hey, this shit's kind of fire."
This is like an alternate period piece, right? This is like in the early
45 or something.
what? Yeah,
I
something
think
like
it
that,
said
right?
43 in the beginning.
Or 42, yeah, 43, because that's when the Germans are
On
retreating
Russia.
because they went into Russia and then they weren't prepared for the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so we
Got the good
we
old
have the good old boys, the good old stars and stripes, USA, God bless America, and they're ready to get it. And you got this
Yeah.
soldier Cruz. He's like, "Yo, I'm ready to air these niggas out, bro. You know, let's get it, bro. Let's get it." You know, and everybody else is like nervous, and I think like a general tells him to calm it down, and you know, he's getting his homies pumped. When I was reading this, I kind of was like, I like your gumption, but bro, you need to stay focused.
Yeah, you get to be the first one,
You're gonna
you
get
know.
popped. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we didn't expect, all of a sudden, like
Get shot down.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
get fucked up, and we have Cruz's homeboy Romero falling, and like this demon takes out his parachute, and he has a very, very rough landing.
Yeah.
But he still survives because he's actually falling
he's
off those
badass,
trees.
right?
Yeah.
So, like on the brink of death, obviously after that kind of landing, he encounters these Nazi bastards who are demon infused now, you know, and you know they're like, "Yo, you know, we're gonna fuck you up," but as any good old boy American, he got his thing on him. He keeps us Americans,
You got the
us
blammy.
Americans, we keep them things on us. So you know, he does his thing, and you know, they fuck him up and kill him, rip his fucking heart out.
Yeah.
And then
The Crow.
so I didn't know the crow. The crow comes to him and eats a little bit of his flesh. That was kind of bugged out to me. Like this crow is coming to him and is like, "I'm gonna give you retribution to your killers," and he bites.
Shout out to the new Crow movie. It's dope.
Is it?
Oh, you're killing me,
bro. That movie was fire, bro. I don't care.
All right, we'll get into that after this.
So he had two winners then, because I heard Nosferatu was really good too.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
So the crow hits him with the Snoop Dogg joint.
But he also gives him the option too. He
does. He does.
Rolling on the Grey Goose.
And so as I'm reading this, it's not even clicking. Like I see these panels, I see the fucking chains come down, I see them come and fire. It's not clicking, and then it clicks.
Ghost Rider.
Woo! Romero, Private Romero, whatever, no Diddy. He becomes this Ghost Rider, and I've never heard of this Ghost Rider. So
have I?
See that? Then you notice with the continuation of the panels, there's one character we get up to, but he says that he's known a lot of Ghost Riders.
Yeah. When he gets to the Americans, yeah. So, boom, we got a new badass American Ghost Rider. You know what I mean? All I can hear is Metallica playing right now. You feel me? You know,
one. It has to be one, right?
You feel me? So then we move on, and he encounters the American soldiers. I guess these are some of the survivors, or maybe some troops that were already on the ground.
Maybe a different troop, yeah.
Yeah, so they kind of have a quick shootout, but this guy notices he's wearing their gear, you know?
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yo, this guy's an American." So they fall back on fighting him, and they let him know like, yo, we can do this and that. And yeah, homeboy with the thick mustache right there, that's the dude who says, I've seen other Ghost Riders.
Nick Fury. Yeah.
So that even makes you, they kind of throw that in so that they can just write other shit.
Yeah, yeah. It's
You feel
opening
me?
it up.
Yep. And then they're like, all
And
right, cool.
Cobra, he also introduces I throw in my little action figure right here. He also
What you got?
introduces Peggy Carter.
Peggy, yeah. She's
wow.
part of the team. Yep.
Yeah, from the British Brigade.
Yeah. The other kind of other guys are like no names, so you know they're gonna get killed in the next episode issue. But Peggy's definitely, and then on the cover you see Bucky, so eventually he's gonna be involved. And I think we saw Logan on the cover as well. So this can be very interesting. And as they say, we're gonna fucking dip out together. Some of the soldiers were like, "Yo, we don't want him to ride with us because he's on fire." And the general was like, "You're an American boy. You ride a Harley," and he hops on the fucking Harley, and that's a great panel right there, man.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
it's also like throwback art, right?
Yeah,
I
think
it's
so,
a
man.
period piece.
And I like his flames. They seem more like a welding torch, more than like flamey fire.
Yeah, it's not like just
if that makes any
typical
sense.
fire.
Yeah, spark. Yeah, a lot of spark. Yeah,
like more of an intense flame, like a torch,
which is unique. You know, it's different.
Yeah. So that was a great read. It wasn't long-winded. There was a lot of panels where you could just run through the action. Then some read. That's the kind of comic I need on a story that really can be anything. You know, I don't need all that bullshit. Just give me some action. Let my brain do the rest. You know what I'm saying? Let the 2 bowls I smoked before I started reading, I digest that motherfucker. You feel me? All right. So that was. Wait, was that it? That was it. Okay, that's cool covers. We'll get that shit out of here. All right.
Devon, you're gonna continue. You're gonna continue with Helldivers. You think?
Yeah, just send it to me. I'm busy.
I'll keep you in the loop.
Yeah, keep me in the loop because
I'm gonna have to have you back like on issue 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me? To
I'm down for that.
Because usually, like me and Tony will get into something, and then we do every month. Like we did Masters of the Universe Revelations, and we was on every week talking about that shit. So yeah,
man, I'm down.
I hit you in a couple of issues. See if you on your toes. You know,
see stellar eruption.
That stellar eruption. You know, I'm gonna try to go holler at my lady tonight and see if I can get some C. You know, stellar.
I see.
Hey, my man, why don't you go ahead and plug the website so the people can go and purchase some of your books?
Yeah, check me out. It's www.ruminantbrew.com. Let's see if I can spell this right now. RUMINANTBROOD.com.
Right.
Ruminant Brew.
Ruminant, not rumnant.
Everybody says it their own way. Just like I told you earlier, I even did the research and it's like automaton war, and I was like, that sounds stupid. I'm calling it the automaton war because I do what I want. Okay.
I was like, what the fuck did it say? And you were like, it's automaton war. I've been rolling.
Yeah.
I've been rolling with that ever since.
Yeah.
Yo, my man Tony Toy Box. Viva la raza, somos pocos pero locos ese. Man, plug that. No, plug that. No Diddy. What you up to?
What's up, brothers? Everyone knows I'm Tony Toy Art Limited for today, but you guys know me as Tony Toy. Tony Toy Box opened today on Instagram. Me and my 4 homies, Matt, Al, and Psycho Ed, have a YouTube podcast on Latin Legion's Action Figure Podcast. We usually go live every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. We play games, we talk toys, we have a good time. Pop culture.
Good time, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I can't wait for the next invite to be on. Because we always tear shit up on that show.
Amen.
All right, as far as me, you can see Weekly Habit every Wednesday live on YouTube. Check me out, Hoodcast AF, alongside of Jonathan the Fallen, the Bad Boys of Action Figure podcast. Yo, be ready for Hood Mania coming up in just a few months. Latin Legions will be hosting it. Yo, Javon, I'm going to send you the link to last year. I actually did a backyard wrestling match. And,
oh, wow.
And it's, it is what it is. All right, so to end the show, we like to do our last segment, Dumpski of the Week.
Dumpski of the Week.
Dumpski of the Week. People out there do dumb shit, and I show it. So, I don't promote hitting women.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But women need to stay in their lane. And if you out there acting like a man amongst men, I don't know what to tell you, baby girl.
Yeah, because everybody's not on that same shit.
Crib, West Coast Studies Crib. I gotta look at my buddy right there. He left. I said from Brimstone.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. You know Lunatic?
Lunatic?
Oh, if you don't know Lunatic, then your banging isn't right.
Ooh. Damn.
Yeah, I've seen this one before.
Oh, if you don't know Lunatic, then your banging isn't right.
Yeah, you can't. First off, you can't be talking to no dude like that. And second off, you shouldn't be banging like that. And third off, on camera and you by yourself like that.
Take your ass home, girl.
She got
you gotta be aware of surroundings too, right?
This bitch looked like she was at the bus station.
Yeah.
Clipping on IG. Some real niggas is out there doing their thing. See her stupid ass out there.
And they don't see that. They're not like I come from it. Certain people don't see sex, race, mental illness, disability. Some people don't see that. And I'm not saying that's okay, but you gotta walk the earth with people that don't see eye to eye with you, and you have to learn how to maneuver.
Have awareness. This young lady she thinks she could just walk around anywhere doing this. But I think now, today, she don't. She learned.
Yeah.
She learned. Yeah.
Or it sent it off the deep end. You never know. But
she's the Dumpski of the week.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
Yeah, pretty damn dumb. Yeah, some chick. Yeah, that I've seen that 100 times, but I've never seen the version where some chick comes and takes the phone. Yeah. So you seen it here first. Weekly Habit, the uncensored joint. You feel me? All right, fellas, I had a great fucking time. Tony, thank you for joining me. You know what it is, mi canale. Jovan, bro, one love, man. Thanks for taking time.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I had a good time. You guys are excellent. Yeah, nice meeting you too. Excellent company. We got to do it again. I'm down for whatever. You guys hit my line.
I'm gonna get at you. Brother. And we out this motherfucker. Peace.
All right then. Peace.